I thought it was kind of weird when I looked at the Hugo Award winners list and I saw it and I was like, who? This person won? Who? And I'm sure a lot of people, if you even pay attention to the Hugo Awards or know what it is at this point, thought the same thing. Don't worry, I will explain to you what Worldcon is, what the Hugo Awards are, because I think a lot of people have tuned out from what once was a big deal in fandom and now has just been turned into an SJW pile of goo from ridiculous people. And now they've got voter fraud going on. You can't make this stuff up. About 10% of the votes were cast in voter fraud, and I'll get into this in just a moment. My gosh, what a crazy thing. But if they're going to rig like real elections, why wouldn't they rig this too? It makes sense. My name's John Delarose, everybody, the most trusted name in science fiction and comic fandom. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We love to have you here. If you are a real science fiction lover, the person who loves Paul Anderson or Fritz Lieber, or I'm just name dropping some stuff that you're probably Googling right now. But Heinlein, you probably know that one. I would love to have you here. This is where we like to discuss the real things going on in fandom. And I'm an author myself. I have a book, Colony Launch, which just hit on audiobook. I've been making this audiobook for a while, and very happy to have this out. I think that this is a much more Hugo-worthy book than the one that won Best Novel for Hugo Award. Please check this out and support our channel here. Grab the audiobook because our producer gets supported on that as well. And if you don't do audio, you can have a paperback or Kindle version. That works too. I appreciate you guys for supporting our real science fiction. This is, obviously about a colony launch, going out into the stars, exploring the best of humanity, sense of wonder, the stuff that old science fiction used to have that they don't anymore because it's just about the LGBTQ community. And that's exactly what Worldcon is at this point. What the hell is even going on in this picture? They're crowning some Asian woman in a face diaper while a black woman looks on smiling. I don't know. I won't even try to figure out what that image is. But Worldcon's been involved in a lot of controversies in the last several years. It is the World Science Fiction Convention. It was founded in the 1930s, and it used to be a big bastion of professional science fiction writers, really amazing people. You'd go see Isaac Asimov and Arthur C. Clarke, Heinlein, Anne McCaffrey, just amazing people all the way out there who wrote great books. But that all changed in recent years, ever since the Hugo Awards in the mid-2010s. At this point, the award ceremony from this convention, which really is like science fiction's Oscars, like these are the books and stories that win and are the important ones of the year, allegedly. But since that point, a publisher called Tor Books really took it over, and they just win themselves every year. They vote themselves in. It's a little circle jerk of LGBTQIA plus, emphasis on the plus, in science fiction, with some weird, creepy stuff. I mean, they've literally had a short called "If You Were a Dinosaur, My Love" win one of these, which is about some woman's erotic fantasies of dinosaurs. Explicit. If you don't go Google that and read it, you'll give yourself an aneurysm. It's that bad. But that's what they've really relegated themselves to in recent years. If you're not a LGBTQ or a BIPOC, all the little acronyms they like to use, you have no shot. You are just not invited anymore. It's all about just virtue signaling identity. And it gets worse, right? So that all happened. In 2018, they decided to attack me. I was trying to go to the convention because I wanted to meet one of my favorite authors. His name is Spider Robinson. He's a guy who's a big influence on me. I loved his Callahan's Crosstime Saloon, and especially actually his book Stardance that he wrote with his wife. I thought that was a beautiful book. And I wanted to just meet the guy. So I was going to go, and they harassed me and all that because I have a YouTube channel. I write blogs, and they didn't like my content because I'm a conservative Christian. And since that was the case, they libeled me a racist bully on their website. Long story short, I sued them over that. I won. They paid me, and they were forced to issue an apology, but they did not let me go to the convention because it's more important to make their space sacrosanct for their politics than to allow a professional science fiction writer who disagrees with them in. And that's in the name of diversity, right? And inclusivity. You've got to exclude anybody who's different than us. That's how they act. And so these are just awful people all the way around that control this stuff. It's really sad how it's fallen over the last several years. 2021 got rocked by scandal. 2022. 2021 was shut down because of COVID. 2022 got rocked by scandal because Raytheon, the weapons manufacturer, sponsored the convention. And all the sci-fi writers were like, wait a minute, like that's the dystopian, like government military complex evil stuff that we've been writing about for decades. Why are they sponsoring us? Who let this happen? And it was a big cluster. And of course, money was a little more important than principles for these people, it turned out. Imagine that. And then in 2023, the Hugo Awards got hit with a controversy again after all their weird stuff when the Chinese Communist Party actually went through and they had a guy in the Hugo Award administration just disqualify stuff from ballots in order to make it so that the Chinese party could get what the stories they wanted out rather than anybody else. It was ridiculous. Neil Gaiman got really mad about this. Our good friend Neil Gaiman, who's an alleged sex predator who was not banned from this current Worldcon. Like, it's amazing. Like, I'm banned because they think I'm mean on Twitter. Neil Gaiman, not banned, and he has 5 different women accusing him of sexual assault. You could see where their priorities lie. It's crazy. But he said last year, I'm unsure how comfortable I would be participating in anything if I was involved for a Hugo in 2024. If there were people involved who had been part of what happened in Chengdu. Well, Neil, I think most people would be uncomfortable with you participating in anything at this juncture because you're a creep. But, nobody said anything. Nobody banned him at the current convention. Still allowed. But he got to make his virtue signaling statement about the awards last year. Now, Mary Robinette Kowal, another serial SJW who's propped up by these people just because she's a woman, and keeps going off about it, and that's all she seems to do. Yay, feminism. She's really mad at the guy who ran the Hugo Awards last year. She said, I'm so angry at the actions of this man. The pressure and presumption and abuse of power of this man are going to blow back on the Chinese fans who were just excited about science fiction. Gosh, she seems nice, doesn't she? Amazing. This is the one who was in charge of the Raytheon Awards prior year. Good work, Mary Robinette Kowal. But she's outraged this time, and she'll let you know it. It's all about virtue signaling to these people, and that's what they do. Now, they banned the guy who ran the Hugo Awards last year, Dave McCarty, and he actually also got accused of being a sex pest. We tried to reach out with him. I was trying to get him on the channel to talk about this and to see what was going on, but he's a weird communist as well. And so he would rather stand, he literally says he'd rather stand with these people who are attacking him than associate with us over here, just because, it's all about politics. It's not about what's right. Now, this year gets even crazier. So there were about 3,813 ballots that were cast for Worldcon for the Hugo Awards. Not very many. That's pretty low. So these 3,800 people, mostly publishing insiders who work for tour books and things like that, they're all connected, right? And so it's all a political clout award. It has nothing to do with like whether books sell well or are received well by fans. Nothing. And apparently 377 of those were cast fraudulently by the people made fake accounts. And this is really interesting because it's pretty expensive to get a Worldcon membership. You have to have a membership to vote and a login to vote. So apparently 377 of the 8,000 or so people, I think it was maybe 7,800 total, who signed up for a Worldcon account weren't even real people. And so somebody went out there, and I think it's a couple $100 each. So 377 times 200. So you're looking at like close to 1,000. Well, it's way more than that. Why is my math so bad today? That's a lot of money. I'm going to do the math real quick. It's like $75,000 worth of votes. Like if we're fake to do this, wild if that's the case. I guess that's what they want. They wanted their award that badly. But they determined those were fake people, and they disqualified those votes. Now, they don't say how they determined they were fake, what was happening. They said it all benefited one author, and they didn't say what author that was when they came out about this. And so very suspect that they're just disqualifying people again. Let's just throw out 10% of the ballots and then declare somebody victorious who we want to declare victorious. And who got declared victorious is really weird, too. So this is Emily Tesh, who won the Hugo Award. Congratulations, Emily. It must be amazing to be so talented that you won it for your debut novel, your first novel you ever wrote. I mean, you must just be that good. Huh. Now, when they're disqualifying stuff like this and being nebulous about it and being weird about it, and there's voter fraud alleged, how did something like this win, who nobody knows who the hell this is, and nobody knows who the hell... LGBTQ plus science fiction. Oh, it's published by who? Who? Tor Books. Very, very weird. It's almost like this was rigged. Huh. Now, I'm just speculating on this because it's pretty weird. Like, I mean, how on earth is this going to be the best novel? You look at the character on the cover, looks suspiciously like Emily, doesn't it? It's a self-insert character, clearly, with LGBTQ plus themes. It is something that obviously was a political agenda sort of deal. I can't imagine that this book was like really causing that big of a stir to get everybody like that hype about it. Very odd stuff given the situation right now and given the fact that 377 ballots were disqualified. That's 10% of the people who voted. So I don't know, but a fraud scandal is crazy. The fact that the Hugos now have voter fraud involved with it on top of all the other stuff. Remember, they even changed their award qualifications in 2018 so that like people who were that are outside of their little political circles couldn't actually even get on the ballot, let alone have a shot at winning. So it's already rigged. I guess it wasn't enough. Very crazy. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want real science fiction, good science fiction, please pick up Colony Launch, support our channel. Kindle version's only $4.99. You can get the audiobook as well if you got some Audible credits. I really appreciate your guys' support, and thank you for supporting great science fiction. We will win eventually because, we just keep selling. It's great. Thank you.